What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel. This is Common Sense and Logic.
Hey YouTube, I'm Caesar. Welcome back.
I'm Ronnie, and here we go again, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like a broken record. Every time we get on these videos, it's like here we go again. Here
Yeah,
we go
man.
again.
Same thing over and over. These people don't stop with the rhetoric, man. Hey, if you've been living under a rock, another assassination attempt on President Trump on Saturday at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But yeah, man, it just continues, man. These people keep calling Trump and his supporters. They keep calling them Nazis, fascists, dictators, authoritarians.
All the fuel that the fire needs.
Yeah, and then they wonder why this is happening with this political violence. Here in the United States, we shouldn't be going through this political violence period that we're going through, for 2 years already with the first assassination attempt back in July of 2024. But yeah, they've been calling Trump these names for 11 years. I mean, since he first started running for president back in 2015, and it's just nonstop. Eventually, one of these nutcases out there is gonna follow through on that, man. They're gonna really
They have.
They have, and they believe what you guys are spewing on the left about Nazis, racist, and being a threat to the country, to the world. And now you see firsthand these people out there going out there and taking it upon themselves to try to assassinate President Trump. And political violence is not the answer. It should never be the answer.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I say here we go again, because it's political. I was thinking I was gonna come in here and we are gonna make a short video about the hockey game and how my Ducks are winning and all that. But then this thing happens on the weekend, and yeah, you're right, dude. Everything you said, it's on point, because there's nutcases out there. This is what they hear, and the Democrats, they know very well that they're persistent on what they're saying about Trump, and they're gonna connect with some stupid mind out there that's gonna do stupid things like the way they.
Yes, it's definitely a tactic. It's definitely being done purposely on the left. These Democrats, they've been brainwashing through the mainstream media, what have you, through social media as well, that Nazis, racists, fascists, they keep putting it out there, hoping somebody will bite. And sure enough, I mean, somebody has taken the bait and gone out and, like I said, tried to take out President Trump. And also, luckily unsuccessfully, but
and no surprise, man, he had to be from California.
Yeah, he's a part-time teacher from California, Torrance.
He's a UCLA graduate.
Yeah, postgraduate as well, and yeah, man, these people are, man. You keep saying this over and over. One of these people that's not mentally stable, they're gonna act on it, man, and that's what's going on.
So the upside to this is that, like you said, nothing happened.
Correct.
They got that guy. I think while he's arrested, hopefully he's gonna go to prison.
Hopefully he serves life, because that is the punishment for attempted assassination.
Well, don't be so surprised if he gets off the hook, because only this is my thinking, and I've seen it before. Maybe he'll give some information out,
right,
that is valuable to the FBI, to where his connections are at. So, and then they get these deals where they don't do the whole time in prison, whatever.
Yeah,
that's
a whole different plea bargain. And
but they at one point I was like, man, they should have just killed him. If I was there and I was protecting Trump, I would have just shot that dude dead and all that. But I'm glad and thankful that they didn't. Number one, because he's a human being, but number two is because, yeah, they're gonna get this guy and they're gonna talk to him, they're gonna investigate him, and they're gonna see if he has any other connection to, some real people out there that are pulling the strings.
Right.
So, but Yeah, man. There's stuff coming out already about him that he's got some kind of connections with. I seen one post. I don't know if it's real or not. Just gonna throw it out there. I'm not trying to say that it is real because I just said I'm not sure. But there's a photo out there with that individual with Obama.
Oh, really?
So, and that's what I mean. Like if the FBI has him alive, they're really gonna look into that.
Right. Yeah. I know he is part of a radical group of White America. I think it's
Well,
Wide Awake. It's called the
well,
group. That's the name of the group.
those groups like that, like BLM, that lesbian, LGBTQ, whatever it's called, ABC.
Yeah, the whole alphabet.
There's some Democrats leaders that are in that. They run that.
Right.
So that's what hopefully they'll.
Yeah. No. These groups are definitely, these radical groups are definitely funded from higher up, like you said.
Yeah. So that's the thing that they're going to get into. But the other flip side to it is that on social media, a lot of people are calling this a fake one.
Okay. I don't see how it could be fake.
That's coming from the liberals. But here's my thing, because I also read that Jimmy Kimmel, before that happened, he made some weird comment, man, to the first lady.
And we could get into that later about her being a widow, and he was doing a skit like if it was at a dinner,
Yeah. So if you guys want to call this that this was staged, then you have to connect Trump's side to Jimmy Kimmel now. You have to be able to tie those loose ends.
Right.
But I mean, I can't do it because again, it's Trump and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't like Trump. He doesn't like any of us that like Trump.
Hardcore TDS for sure.
Yeah. So how can you call that stage? If anything, he knew it was coming. So those Democrats, they're the ones that set this up.
Right.
To do damage to Trump. That's what I gather. I don't see anything staged right now. Like with other events that has happened before, but on this one, there's really nothing, not one little ounce of me saying that this was staged by Trump and their.
I don't see that happening. And what is he saying that guy, what's his name, Cole, the
individual,
the individual, I forget his name, something Cole or whatever. What is he saying, that he was not real, that he was an actor, or what are they trying to say?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, but
so how could they say it's staged? I mean, this guy is the one that did it, so I don't understand how that could be the case unless they're saying that this guy is an actor.
Well, yeah, I mean, what they're trying to make it sound is like Trump hired him, like Trump and his people and everybody else on the right side hired this guy that he's an unknown actor, and then he did that and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Right, like another pawn, right? Like the way we've seen the government do other things.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you would have to tie that up with Jimmy Kimmel. He's the one that, if you want to say it was staged, and Jimmy Kimmel said this before it happened, so that would be, who to go to.
Yeah, not necessarily a stage, but a setup.
A setup, however you want to flip it. I'm just trying to help you guys out there trying to say that this is staged. Help me connect that. Now, if it was like a Republican saying that, like a Trump supporter saying that something like that was going to happen beforehand, then I would think like, well, wait a minute, how did he know this was going to happen? Mm-hmm. Is it staged or not? You see where I'm going with that? Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Does that make any common sense and logic?
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
The fact that Jimmy Kimmel said that, yeah, I'm saying they know about it. They knew this was coming, but it wasn't staged because these guys, they really want to take Trump out at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, they like I said, they've been putting it out there in the media, in the mainstream media and social media, nonstop. The rhetoric, with the verbal abuse, the racism, Nazis, fascists, threat to society, threat to America, a threat to the world.
Yeah, they thrown everything at him and nothing sticks.
Yeah.
So they're gonna keep trying because that's the way they are. They won't give up. They won't give up, and they're gonna keep trying it until they take him out, I guess. But here's one thing, man. As you guys know, that I'm a Christian believer, and I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, Creator of everything, and He controls everything in this world. So even for the believers that might think that this is luck, that Trump is getting lucky, no. he's got the Lord's hand over him. Okay, he's protected by God, and God's gonna say when he goes and when he comes. So simple as that. We could pray for him. We could do whatever we want. The Christian God believers, we could pray for Trump. We do, but always remember, folks, God's will be done. He knows better than us. So it's not luck. And these guys are going to continue going after him.
Oh yeah, they won't stop. This is not going to stop. It has to stop. Someone on the left has to step up and has to say this rhetoric. It has to stop, but it's not going to stop. It's going to continue.
It's not going to stop.
We said the same thing with the Charlie Kirk assassination. We said the same thing with the first assassination, where it has to stop, but it just continued.
If you guys want to think about this, like, do yours. I mean, again, the phone could give you a lot of information real quick. But I saw this one post that I was like, oh, that's a good one, man, because a lot of people forget. Go back in history, and all these good people that have been killed, like presidents that I'm talking about, they've been killed by who? By Democrats, you know? By all the lies that they spew on them. So, if you want to point fingers, man, go to the left first and ask Jimmy Kimmel why he made that comment. That guy should be he should have been fired a long time ago.
Yeah, he should definitely be fired after this. So, but I don't think it'll happen. But yeah, this guy is putting it out there that that pretty much that Trump should be dead, that his wife should be a widow, an expected widow, what have you, and that's just adding fuel to the fire, man.
So I'm glad that we still have our president, and again, we pray for him.
Violence is not the answer, man. America was we got strong because everybody could say what they want and disagree, but never with political violence. And yeah, it's unfortunate that it's come to this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lost for words, man. It's just it's
it
sucks that we're here at this point in time where people are just sitting in front of the TV and social media and believe everything that they hear about Trump, and they go and do stupid things like this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he got caught. I'm glad that he's gonna hopefully rot in prison.
Hopefully, yeah. That's...
And I don't know how they're gonna make an example of him. They should. There's a lot of talk that the Secret Service is not doing their job the way they're supposed to do, because the guy, he was able to get so far into that event the way he did. But if you look at the video, I mean, he was running pretty fast. So I think that you just run into the place, you're gonna be able to get somewhere. But thank God he didn't really get to where Trump was at. And there's a lot of videos coming out too, and like I said, a lot of people think that it's staged, it's fake and all, but honestly, I haven't seen anything like that. So
yeah, I haven't seen anything like that too, where it seems staged. It's just the people with the TDS, the same thing. They think Trump is behind this.
And if you think that I won't call it when I see it, I will call it.
Yeah.
If I don't call it, I'll question it. I'm not biased like that. I mean, I love Trump, but if I see something that it's not, then I'm not questioning it. I'll put it out there. That's just the world. That's the way it is. That's life. It is what it is.
Yeah, I definitely see no red flags here where it looks like a stage or setup or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna play out, and we'll see what happens.
Because they have another video where Cash Patel, he's sitting down when the whole thing's happening.
Okay.
And they have a small video of him just sitting there looking around. And a lot of people are making comments like, well, how come he's just sitting there? Why was he acting on it? How come he's not protecting all that? Common sense and logic. The guy was there to have dinner like everybody else. He's wearing a tux.
Right.
So my thing is, he's sitting there and the other people are already taking care of it. Why is he gonna go and panic too?
Right.
I mean, why don't you show a video to see if he just stayed there sitting there the whole time? Or was that, a few seconds where he's just letting it be, let them take care of it? Because you don't want to create more chaos, right? You got people running all over the place. So but yeah, those little things like that, you guys have to use your common sense and logic, because there's a lot of repost, and that's how everything gets out of hand.
Right. Yeah, I mean, political violence is never the answer. People, violence is not the answer. It's okay to disagree. That's what we have the polls for. Go out there and vote. You know, if you disagree with the current president, when it's time to vote, get out there and vote. But never in a violent way, man. These people are just so full of hate and violence on that side, man. It's just crazy, and they're out there proving it.
Yeah, and I hope that you guys get that encouragement to go ahead and vote. But if you're freaking a dumbass idiot that you're gonna vote against Trump just because you hate him or any other person, only and solely because you don't like that person, then you know what? Do us all a favor. Don't even vote. Don't even vote. Because how are you gonna vote for someone just because you just don't like that person?
Right.
I mean, we're supposed to vote for the person that's gonna do better for us, the whole nation. Not your little freaking stupid feelings and all that. Not because you don't like them or anything.
Yeah, definitely based on qualifications and the most qualified person to do the job to make our country great again, to protect it, to improve it,
and I'm not saying that because I saw another post on the governor's side. You know, some people are saying not to vote for Chad Bianco only because he's a Republican. So they're dismissing the whole thing, right? That's been happening here in California by the Democrats. They just don't want a Republican, so they want to continue on voting for Democrats, and those are the ones that are treating this. Look what they created in this beautiful state. It's a shithole, like Trump says. And excuse my language, but it hits a nerve. I hate ignorant people that say, "Oh, don't vote because he's a Republican." That's not your excuse, man.
Yeah.
That should not be your excuse only. Your excuse should be who's doing what for the nation, for the state, for the people. So again, if you're gonna go based on your stupid little feelings, then please do us all a favor and do not vote. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you didn't. If you don't feel that way and you know where you're voting and who you're voting, then do it. That's your right. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Let's stop the violence, people. Let's stop the rhetoric that's creating this violence out there. This has got to stop. It's like I said, it's okay to disagree, but not in a violent way.
That's right. So I hope we brought you guys some common sense and logic in this, and it's gonna, this is a thing that's gonna be developing for the next, I don't know, maybe it will be dismissed real quick like everything else. It seems like everything else that just happens is put on the TV and then forget about it. So we'll see how long this takes before we go and move into the next event that's going to happen. So that's it, folks. Common sense and logic. Thank you so much. Give us a like, please. Share it. Leave your comments. That's the most important thing. Whether you like us or not, please leave a comment.
Yes, sir. Leave your feedback. All the thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Thumbs up, and that always helps. Feedback, and just if you disagree, tell us why.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.